Honestly, I'm really surprised and honored that I won this award for the second time. I think it really means so much that there's a category that recognizes children's book authors who are women. And to be part of that, not once but twice, means so much to me. A lot of my protagonists are these really feisty girls, and I think they would be thrilled. I came across this story about this research which talks about how trees talk to each other. They are all connected with their roots and these fungal networks which talk to each other. And I was always I'm fascinated by science, and I know children are as well. And I began reading about it, taking a real deep dive into trees and the way they communicate with each other. And it made me realize just how special they are. I always knew that. But it also centered around the fact that we are losing a lot of our green cover today. We are at a time in the Earth's history where it is very pivotal in the face of the climate crisis. And I wanted to bring a story that talks about what it means to be losing our green, which defines us so much, our nature, as well as what it means to lose somebody very close, which I'm speaking from personal experience. And I put those two together to stitch together a story which tells the story of a girl who's just lost her father, Savi, and also of a tree who is seeing the world change at a really alarming rate. You know, so by day I'm a picture book editor, by night I'm a children's book writer, and all the time I'm worrying about climate change because we can see it happening around us, we can feel it. It's raining when it shouldn't be raining. We are seeing heat waves of an unprecedented kind in this country and across the world. And what that means for our future, which is our children, is something that really bothers me. But more than that, when I talk to children, I realize they are the ones who are bothered about their present, about their future. And for me, that's why I call myself a climate warrior, because I can channel all that worry into my books and write about them. No, children's books should not always have a message in them. I think the story always comes first, and even when I'm plotting, my first thing is always just about a story. What happens if a brown cloud comes on top of a city? What happens when trees communicate to each other? I think messaging is something that adults often look for in stories, but children see the story first. Ranjit Lal, for sure. I love Ranjit Lal's writing. Apart from that, I love Robert McFarlane and Jackie Morris's writing. Jackie Morris's art and Robert McFarlane's writing. Bulbul Sharma. Just so many children's book authors who are amazing. Shabnam Minwala, Paro Anand. There's a long list. Definitely, I think everyone should read Ranjit Lal's The Tigers of Taboo Valley. It's about a tiger father who's suddenly stuck taking care of his cubs. They should also read Robert McFarlane and Jackie Morris's Lost Words. It's nature spells that you read aloud to conjure nature back into your life. A day in my life as a writer is very simple. It's called procrastination. The moment I'm like, I have to write, I have a deadline, my editor's like, where is the story? I'm like, oh, look at that corner, it needs dusting, let's dust it. Those chocolate chip cookies are not going to bake themselves, let's bake them. I have to finish reading that book, because otherwise, what will happen? I will not write. So a lot of times I procrastinate because I'm thinking about what needs to be done. So that's pretty much my day. And then when I actually begin to write, I first draw out my characters, my settings. Not a very good artist, but I doodle them out, and then I start writing. So there's a lot of thinking, overthinking, and then writing that happens for me. When I was a child, we moved from Delhi to Bombay, what was then Bombay, and I found myself very alone. I was very introverted, and I had the company of two constant things. One was the Gulmohar tree outside my house in Bombay, and the other was books. And if somebody had told my young self that I'd be an author growing up, I'd be like, no, but authors are these not real, are magical people, so that's not possible. And so for me, that I think that companionship of nature and books is something that drove me to write in the future. One of my favorite books is Charlotte's Web by E.B. White, and my favorite character is the spider, who is just so cool, so compassionate, and the story is one of those that has stayed with me, and I know there have been several editions of it, and it continues to endure for a reason. And I think Charlotte's Web is that story for me that continues to stay at the back of my head somewhere. With Savi and the Memory Keeper, one of the most poignant thing for me has been just a lot of readers who have felt themselves seen in Savi, because all of us resonate with her because they've all lost someone, we've all lost someone. So somebody wrote to me about how she felt seen when Savi felt angry, when she was miserable, and she was like, that's exactly how I felt, and thank you for writing that character. I didn't know how to respond then, I still don't know how to respond, but I get goosebumps still. I'm working on a book with HarperCollins, which Rajiv Ipe is illustrating. It's climate change in fairyland.